Hey everybody. I just wanted to jump on here right quick. As you can see, I'm on my way to bed, but I already know I wasn't going to be able to sleep until I did this video. I want to talk to you tonight right quick about childhood traumas and how serious they are and how they can be so hindering, so destructive. And the reason why I know is because I am healing from some childhood traumas of my own, and I know how hindering they can be. Um, but when I had to start realizing that my own children were dealing with their own traumas, then I had to really spring into action. This past week, I spent time in Memphis with my children last week, and we had a lot of time to really just have some real deep conversations. Um, of course, you know I love audiobooks, and so I was listening to Barine Brown's "Daring Greatly." I had read the book, but I'm getting to where I really am enjoying listening more, and so I had the book on in the car, and my daughter broke down so bad it scared me. When she burst into tears, I almost ran off the road because it scared me that bad. And I had to pull over, and we had a chance to just have some talks. And I'm going to tell you something. It was a whole lot of tears in that car. All three of us were crying because this is the thing. Um, they only knew my ex-husband and I's relationship. You know, they only knew us as a family. And so, you know, even though they are grown, I know that they are still processing, and they have to process in their own way. I can't help them process it any faster. I had to go through my own grieving process. So why would I not think that they had to go through theirs, or they wouldn't have to? They have to. And they have to go through all the steps of the grieving process, because guess what? Just as I had to grieve what I thought it should be, what it, I went through the woulda, shoulda, couldas. I had to grieve what I thought my future was gonna look like. I had to grieve that because that's no more. And I had to grieve all of the dreams and the hopes, the desires that I had for the future. Nobody gets married wanting to be divorced. And you definitely don't be married and stay in a marriage for 25 years and want to be divorced. So it took a minute for me to really process it. Once I got to that acceptance stage, because it's steps in the grieving process. You going through denial, you go through bargaining, you go through all of that, and then you have to get to acceptance. And once you have to accept that thing, okay, it's happened. It's nothing that I can do about it. I can't go back and change it. Then you can release it and be at peace. And I have gotten to that stage, okay? But they had not, and especially my daughter. And so I know that, she's 20. She's about to turn 21 years old in June. And so I'm looking at some of her behaviors over the past, couple of years, a little bit afraid. She started having and dealing with anxiety and being fearful. And so when we had our conversation this weekend, I want to talk to her about that. Like, she's an artist. She is. I love to see her draw. That's her happy place. That's what she's passionate about. and she wants to go on and further her education, but really kind of maybe a little bit afraid of moving forward and moving away. And so we had to have a conversation. And like I said, we cried. I shared how I felt and my childhood traumas of the things I dealt with dealing with my parents' marriage and the things that my mom went through, and then her being honest with me. And let me tell you something: when you sit down to talk to your children, you have to be ready. Okay? You have to be ready to hear their truth. Not what you think you saw, not your perception, because it's not about you anymore. It's about them. And so you got to listen to their truth, even if it hurts you. Even if it hurts you, you got to be ready to hear it. Guess what? Receive that thing, and then you got to love on them, okay? You don't even have to say anything. You don't. And just me sitting there listening to her tell me her truth and how she felt fearful about getting into relationships because she didn't want this person to be this way for this long, and then down the road they turn to something else. You know what? But what we did was I let her finish. I let her cry. I held my baby. I loved on her. And I let her finish all her stuff. And when she was finished, I broke that lie down and I filled that hole full of love and truth. This not your story. And what happened in the marriage we had, what you saw, does not have to be your future, will not be your future. Okay? I had to let her know when your father and me came together, we were broken. I was very broken. I had not dealt with my childhood stuff. He definitely had not dealt with his childhood stuff. And so it was two people coming together, okay? Two broken people coming together. It was just like two birds. Your left wing broke, my right wing broke, and we trying to be together and fly. Baby, we ain't going nowhere, okay? You're not going to leave the ground. But that does not have to be her story. It will not be her story or his story, okay? It was mine. It was mine to live. It was the decisions I made for myself. And I told her, when you know who you are as a woman, when you take the time, see, in your teens, in your 20s, that's the time to really get to know who you really are, baby. You're growing up, okay? You're not the same little girl at 10 when you're 20. You're not going to be the same woman at 30 that you were at 20. You're not going to be the same woman. I'm not the same woman at 53 that I was at 43. I'm not even the same woman I was at 50, okay? I'm changing, I'm evolving, I'm growing, and I'm developing, and I'm allowing it to happen because I need that. I want that. I want to go to the next level. I want my next. I want my next love. I want my next peace, my joy. I want it all. And whatever God has for me, I want every last thing, okay? I will not allow anything to hinder my children. They will not hinder me and my future and theirs. It will not. No past things, nobody else's decisions, not my decisions, not their own decisions they made. Nobody's decisions not going to stop what God has for us. And so I had to talk to them. Please listen to your children. Listen, okay? Because I'm going to tell you something. Fear is subtle. That thing will come in there. Next thing you know, you having panic attacks and you going through all this stuff. Sometimes it is because of what your own limiting beliefs. Some things you've told yourself. The fact that you believe a lie. Okay? It's that stuff. It's the stuff you was taught. The things you saw as a child. The things that happened to you as a child that you never spoke about. It's that kind of stuff. And it's all the family secrets. That's another thing. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Because them family secrets and them lies, folks don't know who they come from and where they supposed to be. You're feeling lost. You ain't never been connected to nobody in your family. I know because I felt that. Okay? I really never belonged anywhere. I just never felt like I belonged anywhere. Not even in my own my own home as a child. I remember asking my parents, y'all sure y'all didn't adopt me? Because I just don't think I'm supposed to be here. Like, this don't even feel, this, y'all sure y'all my parents? I know they're my parents. I know they are. I'm looking like them, and they took very good care of me. But it was just some things that I just did not seem to, we didn't think alike. I mean, it was just like nothing. Okay? So that kind of stuff, and I'm healing from it, and I want my children to heal. But I just gonna jump on here and let you know, baby, y'all listen to your kids. And if it's something going on and you know it ain't right, anything that's trying to hinder, obstruct, okay, no hindrances. Nothing will obstruct them. Okay, nothing will derail them. No, I will not allow it. I will not allow it. So whatever I need to do, whatever kind of help I gotta get them, baby, you better believe I'm calling everybody. Everybody. I don't care if I ain't talked to you in a long time. I'm gonna call you. Look here. You was on my spirit. I'm gonna need you to talk to my babies. Okay? Because I need to put a net around mine. You understand? I'm going to widen that thing and fill it with every positive person that I know. I'm going to need you to speak a word, okay? I'm going to need you to speak a word. But it's got to be the right people. It's the people that's destined for them. I pray for the people that's going to cross their path when I'm not around. I pray for that. I pray for their mates. I pray for that. I pray for their friends, the people they're getting ready to get in relationship with. I pray for that. I pray for that. Pray for your children. Listen to them. You know some stuff done happen in that house, baby. Yeah, some of these children done been through some stuff that as a grown woman you never even fathom. Okay? So you already know something going on because they didn't experience some things. Their childhood was taken away. Okay? Not by any thing of their own. Somebody else's foolish decisions. Get them some help. They got to talk to somebody. They holding this stuff in. They mad and angry every day. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Get them some help. You call and you find out who can talk to these children. You hear me? Because it's hindering them. It's keeping them from wanting to find love. Listen here. Let me tell you something right quick. I felt the same way. I understand her. I really get it. I really get it. And I get it. I get it. But I ain't gonna let you, I'm not finna let that happen to her. I'm just not finna do it. I'm just not. So, listen, hear them, listen to their truth. If it hurt your feelings and you know you wasn't no good parent and you ain't raised them right and some stuff happened and they got hurt, accept that truth. Whatever they gotta say, accept that truth. But then guess what? Any lie, you break it down and you fill it. You fill that hole with truth and love, baby. You got to let them know. And I told my baby, no, ma'am. We was made to love, baby. We come from love. God is love. We come from love. So therefore, we're made to love and to be loved. But when you love yourself and you understand who you are, you know your non-negotiables and you set your boundaries, baby. When these jokers come around, see, I had some self-esteem issues, some body issues. Oh my gosh. Yes. So I kind of was accepting whatever was accepting me. No, ma'am. Not no more. Not no more. So I'm not having it, and I'm not gonna let her have it, okay? Or him. No, ma'am. In the name of Jesus. You hear me? No. You won't have them. The devil ain't gonna get them. They were born with a purpose and a destiny, and so was your children, and so are you. Fix it. You understand? Fix it. Pray about it. Ask God who they supposed to talk to, and you can't let everybody talk to your children. You gotta know and discern. You hear me? But baby, you better believe. When I got off that freeway, I was on that good phone. Finding my baby some help because she's not going to not love. You're not going to be afraid to love. Love calls for vulnerability. You have to be vulnerable to love, okay? And she going to open up her heart and she going to receive, and God got somebody perfect for her. You're going to have a family and give me a grandchild or something. But you know what I mean? But you going to do that, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm not finna let nothing hinder them, stop them or block them. Do you hear me? I don't care what your daddy did. I don't care what nobody did. I don't care what I did. It ain't happening. Not on my watch. And don't let it happen on yours, okay? Y'all have a good night. I got to go in there and play with my patients in the morning. I got to get up at 5, so I got to get off. But I knew God wasn't going to let me sleep until I did it. So, good night. Many blessings.